it's a little like all these people who are, Botoxing themselves to the eyeballs these days, and you look and you go, you look strange. I mean, let's face it, I can see that you've done something and it looks strange.
Was his character on the page as he
Rakes?
comes to life? Yeah.
Yes, very much. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, totally. Nick Cave is an extremely evocative writer, so every word seems to resonate far more than most other scripts that you read. They really they get in a particular kind of way, and Nick just has a very insightful way of waking you up, and so the Charlie Rakes in all of us, will have been woken up in reading that script.
So do you build the physicality and everything in a very specific way, or do you kind of?
No, I mean, there's all different levels, I suppose, of consciousness when it comes to putting a character together, and sometimes the best ones I find for me are when I'm not consciously doing anything. I mean, I'll think about, how he might move and this, that, and the other, but I'm only answering what I feel is there anyway, and I'm just working out, okay, how do I get to that sort of movement that I see is there, and then I kind of get there. It's not like I invented it, I just get to the place that has sort of cultivated in my head based on what's on the page, If I have to come up with something myself, then I'm generally a bit more nervous about it,
So do you stay in character? Are you one of these guys who stays in character? Or you're just gonna?
No, I mean,
just go perform.
I go perform. It hovers around. It hovers around, and I don't socialise much when I film. I can't. I mean, I can, but I certainly never used to be able to. I would shut myself away in my apartment at night and look at the script and just kind of keep it all very, very present. But I actually found that was kind of exhausting. It was unnecessarily exhausting. You end up sort of by the time camera's rolling, you're a bit worn out. So it's much better. And when I say better, it's only come about because I trust myself more now than I used to. I mean, I had to do what I had to do because I didn't trust myself any other way, Whereas now I trust myself. I know if a character has come to life in my head, then I know he's not too far away. So I know I can actually go, okay, I'm just going to do some emailing or talk to my wife on the phone, and watch a bit of telly, I can play guitar, write some songs, I can kind of do all that sort of stuff. And it's still hovering there somewhere, so that when I get to work in the morning or when I wake up in the morning, I go, yeah, okay, today we're going to do this. And so I've got a renewed sort of enthusiasm each morning when I go to work, rather than going all night. I had all night that carrying on all night.
So you did that when you were younger? Were you trained, or were you?
No, I did a lot of theatre when I was younger, so I sort of learned on the job, and I auditioned for some drama schools when I was younger and didn't get in.
So your method in is kind of your own creation over time?
I think so. Yeah, I have no idea really. It's just about honouring my imagination, which is really no different to my interest in it when I was a kid, I suppose, and kind of going, wow, if I saw myself as this character, how would I do it? And really just kind of taking the reins of what was in my head. And what was sort of happening through my body. And so nothing's different in that regard. I've had to step back and, I think it's well documented now, I sort of took a year off in 2001 and 2002 and just needed to kind of regroup because I needed to add the adult to the equation. I needed to sort of go, hang on, what's the validity of all of this? Is there any value in this? Why am I doing this? Is there any skills that I actually have here? Like, what the fuck is this all, about? And once I could add the adult to it and to the equation and go, yeah, actually, I can see the positive side of all of this, then I was able to move forward and continue. And the kid, the childlike element that drove me in the first place, that was all still very present, but just not dominating.